Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Atwood Bar podcast. My name is Benjamin Fizovich, and I'm joined today by Salvador Flores.
What's up, people?
Islam Duane.
It happens.
Irvin Carrillo.
Yo, yo.
Christopher Gianetti.
I love tacos.
And the one and only, our special guest for the day, El Barbon, the Taco King, Ramon. Let the people know your name.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me here.
It's always a pleasure, man.
We are glad to have you because I personally am a massive fucking fan of tacos.
Yep.
And I could eat them all day, every day. And I'm so happy to have you here. I gotta say.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hopefully we can get some tacos right afterwards, bro. I know that you
Let's
have
go.
like a function tomorrow, right? Or something like that. Yeah, that's dope, dude.
Tomorrow, I got you guys with birria tacos.
Here we go, bro. Shoot, I'll come through.
I'll send this now. Call it a day. Let's go.
Yeah, we're done with the we're done with the podcast.
So before we get a little further, why don't you let people know what it is that you do and how fucking good you are at it? Don't be shy.
I let the people decide that, you know. But pretty much is I'm Mexican. I'm Sal's cousin.
Yo,
Wait, you're Mexican? No. Sal, you're Mexican.
So I break the authenticity when it comes to the taco game, and I saw a wide open market for tacos in Boston because we don't got
nothing.
we have nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing, bro.
Yeah, other than that, is I've been, I don't know if you guys have been how you call it
Paying attention.
paying attention to right now. Like, it's a big demand for birria tacos.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I started doing those, and actually it's been getting me a lot of popularity. And that's what I've been doing lately. I do catering as well, and I do pop-ups. I'm trying to, you know, save some money, get a truck or a restaurant.
Nice.
Oh, nice, bro.
So I'm willing to rent you this space out during the week.
The Atwood Bar itself.
The Atwood Bar itself.
Let's go.
Just serve us, dude. Just serve us. We'll pay for it, bro. We'll pay for everything. We'll pay for you just coming through. But no, like, man, you remember when we were kids? Like, we always ate like the best, most authentic, like type of Mexican food that there could be. Like, facts, nothing else compared to our mother's cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the fact that you're actually replicating those types of recipes and putting it out there and people are liking it just further proves the fact that we just ate good shit when we were kids, you know?
So I'm going to build on that. It kind of sucks for me because I love tacos, but I can't have the meat because I'm like Muslim, so I eat like halal. Would you ever think about doing some sort of like, I mean, you're just buying blessed meat. It's the same exact meat.
It's the
just blessed.
same meat.
Is
It just goes through a different process. So
It does it?
Just
Yeah.
have, that's it. Yeah.
I don't know much about halal.
You wouldn't
but
have
I
to do
do
anything
It's like
differently.
kosher.
Okay.
Which is
But
the
you
same
wouldn't
thing.
have to do anything differently in making it. It
Oh,
would
no,
just be
like-
buying a different meat.
To be honest, I will do something for, let's say, for since I do pop-ups, I can do halal. You know, to
Yo,
That'd be
But
sick.
halal, I know
that
that you
sounds
did
pretty
like
nice.
vegan. I know that you did like vegan.
so I did
options
vegan
at
and
one point.
tofu, and then
How'd that turn out?
I
That's
did
a
an
sin.
al pastor.
That's a sin.
Actually, I make fun. Look, it's funny because I make fun of all my family members that are vegan. But you know, to be honest, it's a big market right now,
Facts.
and not only just because some people actually need to be vegan just because of, you know, the conditions or disease.
Yeah.
And I have a friend that has he got diagnosed with MS.
Oh, man.
So, you know, he told me right off the bat, he's like, "Hey, do you do vegan?" I'm like, "No, but I'll do it for you." And I researched, and he's like, "Yo, this is like the best." I did al pastor.
What is
that? So it's a marinade with pineapple.
Ooh.
And technically, you cook it on the gyro. Like, you know, we have...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he liked it. And, you know, I have also family members that are vegan on both sides of my wife's side and also on my side. And I was talking to somebody today to collab. So it's a girl's already doing vegan pop-ups, and she does vegan food. And she goes to, I think it's called Spigot River Brewery in Lawrence. So she's doing a pop-up this Sunday, and I'm going to go meet up with her, trying to collab. And, you know,
Nice.
just,
Oh, word.
you know...
I think it's dope.
Let's rewind. How did you get here?
Well, Sal called me.
I drove.
I knew
You're
it.
telling me his jokes were just as
No,
funny
you
as
know,
mine.
right when I first heard that you were making tacos, I was like, okay, sure, might as well do something. You know what
Yeah,
I
like,
mean?
how did you start?
Yeah. how'd you start,
Oh,
dude?
well, since, like Sal just said a couple minutes ago, it's, we've been, obviously, you know, our parents migrated here, and as you can tell, in Massachusetts, not a lot of Mexicans.
Yep.
And everybody always tell me, like, yo, how do you guys not have a Boston accent? How do you guys do with the Mexican food? I was like, well, when we go in our house, it was Mexico. Where we got out of the house is Boston.
Yeah.
And you know, my father was always like, "Hey, here you talk Spanish. Outside, you speak Chinese. You speak French, whatever you want." And that kept the culture alive. And second is like, I always had this thing about me. It's just like, damn, everybody always asks me, where can I get food? Where can I get Mexican food? And I'm like, my mom's house, you know, my aunt's.
It's true. I asked Al all the time, and he's always like, here.
You know, I've known you for a while. And
Yeah, I've always at you guys.
where you get the best Mexican food? It's
Here.
Sal's house.
Here, I go
Exactly.
there. I freaking go
So,
there.
you know,
But you were able to like get it on the T, dude. Like no lie, you were like the birria tastes like my mom's, tastes like mi tía.
well,
mi
that's
tía
I got the
Chela's,
recipe.
bro.
I got the recipe from mi tía Chela and my
so
mom.
you owe them
Well,
some
that's-
money.
Shout out,
Yeah,
mama.
yeah. And then I got the
Sal's
vampiro
mom's
recipe
the
from
best.
Ernesto, my compadre.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's actually everybody liking it, and I'm doing it the authentic way. There's a lot of things in the recipe of how they taught me how to do it that separates me from everybody that's doing it. Because technically, most of the people that are doing it, they're doing all this Pinterest recipes.
It's all
just-
about like
just
how
Google
pretty
shit.
it looks. It doesn't taste good.
So
you
that's
know
what I
what
noticed
mean?
too. It's like, especially like in the Boston area, like in the city, you have like Pink Taco, you have like Loco, you have the Yellow Door, you have even like Chipotle and all that stuff. They want to do the perfect Instagram photo, right? And I'm like, yo, screw that. It's all about the flavor. It's all about, you know, the taco. It's a lot. You gotta wrap it all together. You know, the tortilla, the seasoning, the sauce, the lime, the cilantro, the cebolla, everything. It has to all wrap in together, and that's what a taco is.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking preach, man.
Yeah.
So
It's simple,
preach.
dude. It's nothing crazy. I mean, sure, like your recipe's your recipe, but like some people overdo it to the point where you're adding fucking like
You're putting way too.
you're putting rice on
ingredients
your
in my
taco.
head.
What the fuck is going on here?
Exactly. That's what
You
I'm
know
saying.
what I mean? It's
And
like-
not for nothing. It's like I get it. How, you know, my mom always tells me is the sun is for everybody, which means everybody can hustle. But it's like, don't put out something that is not what it is.
Exactly.
You know, it's like you were saying about halal. I start selling right now some halal stuff, and I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. You know, like.
but it's not. It's not the fact that you don't know what you're doing. It's not that it's any different. It's just meat that's blessed. So like you can still make it very authentic. So for me, I want to commend all like our Spanish listeners, all our Mexican listeners, like anyone out there. I've never seen a community keep their heritage so strong.
That's
like,
true.
Like every Mexican, Hispanic person I know personally is very strong rooted when it comes to like their heritage.
Yeah, no, I mean, he makes a really good point about the heritage aspect of it. Because when you think about it, you look everywhere. Mexican food is not like this like small little subculture. Taco Bell is plastered everywhere. There's a Chipotle on every corner. There's a fucking Boloco on every corner. Every fucking restaurant you go to will sell some form of a fucking fish taco.
True.
Or it's fucking everywhere. So you know how hard it is to fucking maintain who you are when literally like all of the fucking media and the world around you is telling you that this shit is supposed to be something else?
Yeah.
It really is like, you know, there's something
It's
to be
on
said
Pixar,
about it.
I
It's
think.
impressive.
I've always been super jealous because like when you look at the Mexican food, it's always like greasy, good, big, the rice and beans, the meats. And when I went to California, I had my first halal burrito from an authentic Mexican place and a taco. And I've never like got to experience it, and it blew my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so it opens the
I-
market. You know, you gotta open the market. That's how it separates everybody from everybody else. Is if you open the market to everybody. See, it's not about just cooking just for Mexicans.
Exactly.
It's cooking for everybody.
Yeah.
And to be honest, you know, we're in America, especially here now, you know, where we live in Boston. It's so
it's-
diverse.
Exactly.
You know, you got
It's a melting pot right now.
exactly.
yeah.
You know, especially right now, you know, in Revere, we have now our big Muslim community. It used to be all Italian. I remember when I moved there, I was the first one to move into Revere for my family, and I was the only Mexican kid.
They almost built a wall right there.
I know, right? Pinche Trump, ahí.
They built a wall, dude. They already built a wall. Told us not to come
Yeah,
to
they,
Revere.
they separated West Revere. Yeah,
West Revere from East Revere, chingue some more. Through Broadway, bro.
yeah.
Fucking
The
wall
funny
right
thing is,
there.
I was in West Revere. It's even worse. But
They're like, who the fuck let this guy in?
Sir, you belong in
security.
He's
belong
right.
in-
He's right though. Back in the day, it was just all Italian.
Of course, he's right. You're white.
I would know. I knew
Obviously, you're Italian.
single
Yeah,
Italian
actually-
on the block.
To be honest, my mom's street, we were the only Latino in that street. In the two, actually, almost a whole 3-4 blocks.
Damn.
And then all of a sudden we started seeing now all her neighbors are like Latino.
Latino,
Yeah.
like Colombians,
Yeah, that's
Salvadorans,
true.
Yeah.
Hondurans, Guatemalans, like all living like all throughout here.
Yeah, our first actual
Puerto Rican,
Latino
Colombian.
neighbor was Cuban. So like, oh, thank God, finally.
How's it going? And they're like, "Hey neighbor, how's it going?"
Yeah,
You're like, fuck.
he was actually
Close the door.
he talked more English than Spanish. It was fun.
It's something, bro. It's progress. That's kind
Nah, yeah, and
He's like, hola, mi amigo.
So when was your first sale?
so this is how it started. I saw we got laid off because COVID,
Right.
Yeah.
and
Wait, I'm sorry. You just started.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So you got laid off from COVID.
Yeah, I mean, my boss was like, "Hey,
COVID.
it's gonna be like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
construction." It's like, all right, I don't care, and they gave me vacation pay. I was all set. It didn't really affect me whatsoever, and I started seeing everybody that really got affected, losing their job, and I was like, if they're doing it, why can't I do something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, make another hustle. Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? This is my opportunity. So I told my mom, I was like, hey, Mom, show me how to do this. I picked it up, and then we started doing it just us, for us every day. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start doing it for catering and for the, the weekends.
Yeah.
Because then I started going, in May, June, I started going back to work. My boss called me, like, hey, we're back to work. And then I was, summertime, I was like, you know what? I'm doing it. So I did it honestly, it was at midnight. I did the Instagram page. And then legit the next day, like noon, somebody hit me up. A friend of mine was like, hey, I got my friend, he's doing a party this Friday. And, he doesn't know what to do yet. So hit him up. All right. So I hit him up. Then he gave me the phone number. I was like, hey, he ended up being Mexican too. And he worked for Liberty Mutual.
Yeah.
And then he was like, hey, yeah, fuck it. What's your price? I gave him the price. I gave him, hey, I'll do al pastor tacos. I'll do steak tacos. And I'll do chorizo. And honestly, it was like, I never worked in the restaurant business. I never worked in the food industry.
Fake it till you make it.
So I was like, all right, let's go.
Already said yes, bro. Already said yes. Like, I'm not going
And it was just like, honestly, it was just like I don't know. It was just like weird. It was just like, holy shit, what the fuck am I doing?
But you're doing it.
But I was doing it.
So surreal.
So I was like, all right, let's go. I bought a lot of stuff that I didn't have. I bought a griddle. I bought, knives, aprons, cutting boards, a bunch of instruments. I didn't have anything. I went ahead and I bought everything. My wife helped me, my mom, and then a friend and a cousin. And we went and oh my God, we made the life of the party. Everybody was like, no way. Like, what the hell? Like, live tacos, they're making the tacos right here.
Say it again.
Live
tacos.
Tacos. No, because it's funny because half of them were white. So they're like, no way.
Oh, God. Tacos?
It's like,
Oh, this cultured man is here making tacos,
it's
Mom.
like, no, the first thing they asked me is like, hey, you got sour cream? I'm like, bro, no.
Oh, my God.
Sour cream.
Hit him with the sour cream. But where's the guac?
Exactly. And no, so I made al pastor, and a lot of people still don't know about al pastor, and we do grilled pineapple with it and grilled onions.
Oh my goodness.
And I made the small tacos with small tortilla, and just people were lined up. It was like at least 40 people, and they all loved it. And then people were sharing, tagging El Barbon Boston.
Nice.
And then boom, boom, boom. Like I kid you not, like end of the night, I had over 1,000 followers.
Holy
That's
shit.
what's up.
So you got a lot of your exposure from that.
Yes, and that's what I'm gaining my exposures. I do the Facebook, but to be honest, I interact more on Instagram.
Right.
Because it's just easier. And a lot of people don't really want to do the whole bullcrap of like Facebook. Instagram is just swipe.
Simpler.
It's just
Much
simpler.
easier to get into.
So
Just comment faster.
I'm looking at your Instagram right now. You're looking at 3,518 followers.
Nice.
And
Dang.
you have a...
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah, I saw the Cheetos one. Are you serious?
So you're a sellout
yeah.
with the hot Cheetos.
How? If I'm playing with the same,
that-
I'm not
is
changing
that
anything
ethnic?
because flaming hot Cheetos is a Mexican thing too.
Yeah, yo, believe it or not, flaming hot. So when our people come, like our family comes over here.
Yeah.
So we go to Mexico and we bring the lime lays, the lime lays.
Well, it's called
When-
sabritas.
Sabritas, whatever. We get the lime lays over there in Mexico because they taste different. They taste better. When they come over here,
Flaming
They
hot.
love flaming hot Cheetos. They're like, yo, this is the greatest thing
believe
ever. No, like they grab
and-
it. My aunt literally brought cases of it on her suitcase, like just for hot Cheetos because they love it over
It's
there.
more expensive over there and harder to get. And second of all, the way the flaming Cheetos got created was by a Mexican janitor for Cheetos.
Oh wow.
Really?
He
Why do you make these hot, eh? Like, what's going on there?
So the thing is, like, all right. So I want to mix the way that I'm doing it. I want to mix also the Cali style. So everybody always, on Instagram, on everything, all the social media platforms, or people that do actually go to California vacation, and they're like, oh my God, I tried this, I tried that, I tried this. So I was like, you know what? Let me bring it over here to Boston.
Yeah.
So
Cali
that's why I did
tacos.
the flaming hot, because Mexicans, we're honestly we didn't control the world because we don't want to. We are engineers at its
We're trying to
finest.
keep you guys down there with that wall. It's not working.
No, seriously. So then I started seeing people sending me videos of like, yo, can you do this? Can you do that? And I'm like, you know what? And then that's when I came out with the birria ramen. And I was like, birria ramen. So I went out, bought everything. I made birria in my house, and I tried it. My wife, my kids, and I tried it. My mom, I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is actually pretty good. Noodles and birria. Who would have ever thought that?
It sounds great.
And then we did the birria pizza. And then everybody was like, what? No way. Let me try it. So I do flour tortillas, and then I put cheese and birria, and then cilantro, and lime, and onion, and then another stack. So it's like double stacked. And then just a lot of cheese, and it's like my number one seller is the birria pizza, and everybody is always asking, "When are you selling? When are you selling? When are you selling?"
Birria tacos and birria.
I'm like, "Yo, chill! I want to take a shit,"
Fucking busy right now.
So I know you mentioned earlier that you were thinking about like wanting to do a food truck or something like that. Like where do you really like? What would it take for you to get there? Do you think? Are you far? Do you feel close?
No, I'm actually close. Honestly, it's just about investing. I pretty much did all the research. I have luckily I've met a lot of people since I started with this, and are willing to help. Right now, I'm waiting for a friend of mine. Well, now a friend of mine hooked me up. She works for Boston College, and they offer free consultation and free legal help for new startups.
That's what's up.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, who would have ever thought? See, people always think that everything's so hard. Do your research.
Right.
Yeah.
just-
But do you think it's viable during the pandemic?
I
mean, he
people are
ruined
fat
the
asses. I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Yeah.
people like to
People
grow.
want to eat, man.
So this is my style. I want to make it like a grub spot where it's open late night and pretty much all day and late night. But unfortunately, right now because of COVID, we have restrictions and people going to pretty much bed earlier. So we were waiting on that to actually make the real move.
Who's we?
My wife and I, and actually, so I have my wife and me, and then we have her mom is helping us, so she's like my worker, you could say, and she gets paid good. So
I was about to ask.
Nice, bro. Keep it in the family. Okay, so it's
Yeah,
you,
then-
your wife,
and then just
Suegra?
owner, it's just my wife and I, and then she comes out with the chamoy. She comes out with
it's just delicious.
pica
by
candy.
The way.
Yeah, I know,
Yo,
exactly.
when it's like the spicy. You know how to explain it. You explain it.
So it pretty much is like a sweet and spicy candy, and it's kind of like it's thick or it can be watery. And you put it on your fruit. You can eat it just with a spoon, honestly, or just. So we do the pica candy, which is we grab any gummies, like your favorite gummies, like we can even grab Nerds rope. You can get Nerds, you can get Skittles, you can get gummy bears, gummy snakes, all those type of candies, and pretty much we dip it in chamoy, excuse me, and then you cover it in chili and sugar. So
Sounds
That
nice.
sounds really good.
and it is pretty good.
It's delicious. It is. Yeah, that's why we're fat asses, bro. But straight up, I mean, you're telling me that like there's a lot of people are fat asses. That's how you started. That's how you were able to find some sort
when
of
I
work.
first started, so the first time I did birria tacos, I did like about 100 pounds, and then now the biggest pop that I've done is 163 pounds.
Damn, bro.
And honestly, I can do more. It's just the fact that I don't have a spot or a big enough kitchen that I can do more volume. And so, we're doing it in my apartment. So
Yeah, no.
Would you ever, instead of the food truck, choose to go for like a single physical location?
Like a brick and
because
mortar?
that's what
because
we
I will
look-
say, like in East Boston, I know there's one. What's it called? There's the place in East Boston.
Jalisco.
Not Jalisco. There's a different place.
No, you like where you get the chilaquiles.
where I
you
get
like
the
it.
chilaquiles.
Oh, Angela's.
Angela's. I've been to Angela's
I like
quite a
it. I
few
like
times.
Angela's.
It's really good. They have all the posters and everything on the wall. And man, when you go there, like on the weekends, you're standing outside and you're waiting in line to get in there and sit down to get some stuff. And I just don't know. Maybe you like the mobility of having the shop, of having the truck, or do you think you'd prefer having like knowing that you're in one spot that people know where to come and get you every time?
Well, that's another thing we were looking into, and honestly, that's actually we're looking into that. We do still want to have a food truck because all those gringos in Boston, you know.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
love
hey, hey.
You guys love food
Hey, you're the
trucks.
minority
No,
now.
but-
Shut up.
Yeah, you're the minority in this podcast.
Now I know how you guys feel.
But like, no, I mean,
No,
you
bec-
could park like right in front of the MGH, like they all do.
Well,
and
it's also
just,
for
like,
the kids, and I do catering. You know, imagine you have a birthday party, and it's like, hey, you hire me, and I come with the food truck.
That would
all your
be-
stuff is there. You
Exactly,
can go right
and
to
boom.
work
It's
right
that
there.
would be
ice-
the dopest fucking thing.
It's like the ice
having
cream
that
truck,
pull up
except
to like your
tacos.
birthday
Yeah.
party, having a whole ass fucking
You got
taco
a,
truck.
you got a
making
dope
whatever
ass.
you
Who
need.
made the logo, bro?
So I have a friend from high school, a white boy, and he's Italian actually. So
Same thing. Okay.
My
They
brother.
strike again.
My brother.
All right. So you're saying?
So yeah, and actually, so it was here last year. We were I was doing tacos with my tia for one of her kids' birthday, and the backyard, and I was just fucking around. You know, I had the cowboy hat on, and I was just like tacos, 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 fooling around like if I was selling in public, and then I don't know, it just hit me because my uncle was like, "Hey, El Barbon," because I have a long beard, and it was just like, whoa, it just hit me. I'm like, yo, this is it.
This is it.
So
What does that mean? What does that translate to in English?
Like, a big beard.
Big beard.
Big
Yeah,
beard.
big beard.
Yeah. So like I'm the only one that can grow a beard because he's Sal. He had like
Look at
two
this,
pubes under there.
Sal, that is a big ass beard.
That's a peach
That's
fuzz.
an insult. He's been growing those 3 for a long time.
I know.
God damn it! I worked hard for these 3. All right, bro. But yeah, it's just it sucks.
And then so I honestly, so we're drinking and I'm like, I was drunk and I hit up my friend
Nice.
and I sketched it out on a napkin and I sent him the picture. The next day I woke up all hangover and I got a logo.
Damn. I think we need
know,
to hit him
Drinking
up for our
gives you
logo.
ideas.
You know
Yeah,
what
drinking,
though? That's
drink
that.
and think. Thank you.
How old are you?
I am 30.
So 30. So realistically, not realistically. Like we live in a day and age where like
You could
anybody
just,
can
You
make
could just start.
a living
Anything
out of like your passion.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a big. I cooked, but I never really
Come on,
cooked.
do me a favor. Put the microphone a little.
I never really cooked,
There we go.
but
do you want this to continue to be something bigger where you have 2,
Yeah,
3, 4?
I mean, if you don't dream big, where do you get?
Facts.
100%.
So
yes.
that's one thing that I learned, and I know I got it. I always been a hard worker. We come from Mexican background, so our parents, you know, they showed us the work ethic, you know. And honestly, like my goal is to actually be in Boston, have a set location, and be like the next big thing in Boston. And like everybody wants to go there. Fuck South Bay guy. Fuck him.
So
It's the South Bay guy.
Oh,
Salt Bay.
Oh, yeah,
Didn't
too
this thing
expensive. Fuck him.
get closed?
yeah,
They
she
opened
got
it back
closed.
up.
One-
They
one of the
opened it up
locations
again,
got
though.
closed temporarily for
Yeah,
like
the one in
help.
the one in
help
TD Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they opened back up again.
So
So-
would
So this is, and then you want to stop cooking, or do you always want to cook?
I want to get more into different things. To be honest, I have a lot of plans for my future. I want to, own real estate. I don't want to be working all the time. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I want to be where obviously you got to work no matter what. You
Yeah.
can't stop working, but be on top of things. But to be honest, I want to be comfortable. I want to have the time to spend more time with my family.
Of course.
And because I was working in construction for 12 years, and like honestly, I didn't have any time for my family. So
How
now-
old are you?
that
How old are
shit's
your kids?
backbreaking too.
The youngest one is 2. The oldest one is 8, and I have another one, 7-year-old.
Okay, great. They'd be good at chopping onions. and-
Actually, so my daughter, the oldest daughter, she's already doing the candy with my wife.
Nice.
That's good. Yeah,
And
get
then-
into
Child
it.
labor.
Does she get paid good?
Yeah, yeah.
And
You want,
candy. She gets paid in candy.
she gets paid in candy. Number 1, and number 2. Hey, you want some doll? Let's go.
She
You wanna
lives
know-
rent
No, but
free
that's,
already.
That's such a good
Yeah,
like.
and then my son,
encouragement.
same thing. I'm like, hey, you want money? Because he likes money. Oh, you want Fortnite? You want to play Fortnite? You know, chop some onions.
Here's the I'll give you that DLC for this onion chopper.
Yeah,
You know what I
dude,
mean?
shoot. No, it's teaching them work ethic. But like,
Yeah.
if you want
Yeah,
something,
I actually that's my
gotta
way
work
of.
for it.
I'm really hard on them, so I was like, hey, You want something, earn it.
Earn it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a good parent.
So when do you think you're gonna have this business by? Like end of 2021? You think?
I think by the end of this year, that's my goal. So what I'm doing is, like I said, I was in the union, so we have a pension and annuity fund. So I'm gonna take it out. So that's why I quit my job. So hopefully by September, it's gonna be 1 year off, so I can take that money out and I can invest it.
Nice.
Perfect.
Nice.
There you
Put
Do
it
you
back into
like
yourself,
Boston?
man.
Huh?
Do you like Boston? Like,
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
I know you live here.
I
and
grew up
stuff,
here.
right? But like, would you like, if like things started going well for you, and you're like, like I'm liking the income I'm getting, I'm liking this kind of stuff. Do you think you'd be like, maybe I should try expanding somewhere else?
Oh, expanding it, like I said, if it goes good to expand, I'll
Baby
expand.
steps. Baby steps.
I'll expand, but I would never leave Boston.
Oh, wow.
Boston is part of me.
Oh, good.
Like I hate when I see my friends. Oh, I want to move to California. I want to move to Florida.
Yeah, who
Boston-
says that?
Yeah, who
I'm
says
like,
that, dude?
but then,
Islam.
Boston's winning and the Red Sox are winning, or the Patriots. Oh, Boston! Oh, fuck you.
Hey, listen, look, you know what? I'm a bandwagon fan.
Oh God.
Hey, you forgot one important team,
Wearing a
the
fucking
Bruins.
Buccaneers.
Oh,
shirt.
exactly. The Bruins. That's another thing. Oh, especially Latinos. They're all like about Boston Bruins. I'm like, bro, you don't even know shit about hockey.
Have you been to a hockey game? Have you
Actually,
been
yeah.
the most
It's Hawkeye.
livest
Easy.
fucking
Actually,
time?
I've taken them to hockey
My first
games.
hockey game, right? My cousin was like, "Hey, you want to go to a hockey game?" I'm like, "Let's go." So we were actually at what is it called, like club seats,
Yeah.
the box,
Yeah, yeah,
box
the box.
seats.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at you, badass.
I know, right? We were like with all the big shots there. I was like we were the only Latinos there.
You mean all the white people?
Yeah, the white
Yeah,
All the white trash.
And
no,
actually,
no.
so it was
We
all
said
like because my
white
company, my uncle's company, and so they invited us, free beer, everything was free, and all of a sudden like some lady started explaining to me about hockey, and I'm like, "Have you ever been to hockey?" I'm like, "Nope." First thing first, they dropped the puck. We had Shara at the moment, and he just starts banging out with it was against the Capitals. I'm like, "What the
Oh my-
fuck?"
Okay, so I could say we lost that game.
Yeah, we
'cause
did. We actually lost.
We can't beat the Capitals.
No,
but that's besides.
We
that.
lost 4-3.
Nice.
But it was
Good.
like
Not
honestly
bad.
like 6 fights in that game, and I was like, "This is the best sport in the world."
Tell me not, yo.
Like I was like, "Screw soccer! This is a sport to watch."
The time that I went with him, we were like in the bleachers. Like we were like in the fucking nosebleeds,
We're
bro.
all the
You were in the
trashes.
bus.
I
We're all the
sat with-
trashes.
I sat with all the Irish and
And the
Italian
people,
trash. She's
people
"Yo,
are like,
fuck
shoot that fucking pod! Do something! Anything!
yo, it's like super, like you can hear like, hey, fuck your mother. You know what I mean? Like,
Or they're like talking to like opposing fans, like, what the fuck you doing here?
dude, they're fighting. They're like, did you just see my C kid? Yeah, and they start fighting right in front of you. Like, fuck, what's going on in the hockey? Like in the hockey thing, like
The stands are
fighting-
more entertaining.
Yo, the stands were more
Bleachers
interesting.
are always the best.
Yo,
Yeah.
bleachers were the shit. When
You
I'm
want to
saying,
have fun?
Go to the
bleachers.
nosebleeds.
Bruins
Yeah.
fans are passionate. They just rowdy as fucking stupid as fuck.
yeah, I'm
Like
just
me.
saying.
Yeah, look at him.
Reminds
you're
me of
stupid.
some Donald Trump supporters.
Nah, chill, bro. Bruins are cool, man.
how-
Like games are dope. The games are dope.
One question for you: How much capital did it take you to build up to that first party?
Honestly, like under 1,000.
Oh, that's not
Oh,
bad.
that's not bad.
good.
That
Yeah,
was
the
easy
most expensive
startup.
thing that I bought was a griddle.
Right.
It was
Oh,
like $400
shit.
bucks.
What, you just hit
Damn.
up like IKEA and bought pretty much? No, you went to Restaurant Depot though.
Yeah,
right?
oh, yeah, 'cause
Oh,
your
that's
dad
right.
got the-
Yeah,
Yo,
shit,
Frank.
that's
I
Yo,
used to-
shout out to Frank. Eagle window cleaning.
I don't know how.
We'll wash
like,
your windows. We'll cut your grass out. We'll
And now we'll cook you tacos.
and now we'll cook you tacos. We're Mexicans. We got
The
it all.
trifecta.
The
Hey,
trifecta.
You want a coyote to bring your family over? We got you.
And if you need them fed as soon as they come in, ¿sabes qué? We got tacos.
Oh my goodness.
but if you need a pump fixed, we don't do that.
we don't do
That's the hardest thing.
We don't have plumbers in Mexico. So.
everything
Everyone
else.
just shits in holes.
All right, go to the backyard.
It's called the burrow.
Just fertilized shit. Come on, go back there.
So you said you did the initially less than 1,000 is what you spent to get everything set up.
Yeah.
So I don't know a lot, but I know food trucks aren't as cheap as people think that they are, because everybody just assumes it's just a fucking truck with a
it's
grill and it costs you a couple grand and you're fucking out there up and running.
don't you
I
have to
know
apply
that's
for a
not the
license?
case.
Don't you have to
So-
apply
Not even just the licenses ain't cheap either, but the truck itself I know for a
So,
fact is not
a basic
cheap.
truck. The average for a used average truck is like you're looking at the 40 to 60,000.
Holy
Which is I
damn.
know for a fact way fucking more than people think those things cost. But those things
And
are
then, like you
serious.
said about the licenses and all that stuff. And actually, well, I don't know about other cities, but for Boston, you got to enter a lottery, and then you got to pay for it. and to get a spot in there. And if you do get it, then you decide if you're gonna use it or you rent it out or you sell it.
Oh wow.
I know they do a lot of.
What's it, and how's that process looking like? Is there like a wait list or some shit?
Yeah, it's a wait list. Well, not
long?
actually, no. If there's a certain time where you have to go sign up. So
Oh.
there's already somebody helping me with that. But I still have to wait. Like I said, I'm waiting for September to get my money and invest it.
Could
So
you
what do
buy
you-
out someone else's license?
Yes, you
But
can.
that's definitely more money, right?
Well, it depends on how much they're willing to sell it for.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a liquor license, too.
Some people could be desperate, you know, like this small businesses crumbling, like they need to make their money somehow, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Well, that's why. Also, that's another thing about COVID. It's like a lot of businesses are hurting, but they helping out all the new guys like me, were hosting pop-ups.
Like the government hasn't done anything for these
Oh,
businesses. Like Barstool Sports has
Oh,
done more.
Have you seen what
Yes.
they're doing?
Yeah, I
That
just saw
is
that.
crazy.
Yo, why don't you apply for some shit like that?
What are
bro?
they doing?
To be honest, I don't like
Explain to
getting
me.
handouts. I like to work hard.
So-
I respect
It's
that.
not a
I
handout,
really fucking
realistically.
respect
No,
that.
I mean, no. Listen, if they, I mean, given
Like
but
if you're doing good work and that's what you're getting, then that's well deserved.
So Barstool Sports set up a fund for like small businesses that need the money.
And how much
you're-
have they give out so far? Like they have that number counter.
I don't know, but I've seen him give
I
out
can-
like
I can look it
hundreds of
up.
thousands to like
I think it's like
various
$3
peoples.
million
Yeah, it's
already.
it's in the millions.
It's like $3 million already given out or stuff like that. That's
Very
good for the
possible.
community.
and the government hasn't. I mean, the government's done stuff, but
Well,
not,
we already
not
know
enough.
that they're not going to do
The
much.
government's too busy getting raided, so we can't really rely
You know what?
on them
I
right
have
now.
one more question for you though, really quickly. So I know like I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation, but I'm gonna give it my best. Go ahead. Birria
there we go, birria.
tacos are super fucking popular right now. Do you think that's gonna fade away? Because I like up until maybe like a year ago, I have never heard of them, and then like social media just blew up over them.
You know,
and
we were-
like I know that's your best seller, and I know that like people are really over it right now. But like if that fades, do you still think that'll be popular, or do you think people will go back to something more traditional?
I remember mi tia Chela making like birria tacos like about 2 years ago, don't you? Like,
Yeah,
Chela,
we
like,
did 'em.
always, we've always made them.
We
Like,
always had birria. And the thing
Yeah.
is, like,
No, but I know like I mean you guys have that's like actually part of your culture. You guys probably knew about it. Like for me, as somebody who really don't know nothing about it, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I started seeing it pop up on my Facebook feed, on my Twitter feed, on my Instagram feed. People taking these tacos, dipping them into this delicious looking fucking stew, and then just like biting it. And I'm like, what is this? I've never seen it before in my
No,
life.
it's not gonna
I mean,
fade.
I've eaten tacos before.
I
but
think it's
never
not gonna
like that.
fade. Like we just started earlier. We're saying about like we don't have this here, so it's about what I want to do. I want to be also a pioneer, as in like change all these regulations and like honestly make Boston funner and honestly bring more cultures to Boston. Like not just tacos. It can be like you said, like halal food or gyros. It can be
Chicken nuggets.
No,
shut up.
we already have one like every corner. But
He said he wanted to push
We need a
boundaries,
security
not
guard.
Damn
ruin
it!
things.
yeah,
keep
you
things
know,
normal.
like they always say, sky's the limit. Like, yo, let's do something different that nobody's doing. And I hate it that this is the only thing I hate about Boston. We have the best schools. We have number one for technology, and we don't do shit here for our own city.
It's true.
Yep.
Because most of the people come here and they go to
then they
Dubai,
leave.
they go to Dubai, they go to Japan, they
And
go
they
to
build shit
Mexico, they go
there.
to Brazil, they go somewhere else, and
Well,
they
we
they
gotta-
build all this stuff. And why can't you build it here? Why can't Boston have something that, all right, you want to come to Boston, not just Fenway and not just schools. We should bring something else. The food needs to step it up. And
facts.
honestly, look at everybody goes to New York, which is the closest big city next to us. And what does everybody do? Eat.
Oh yeah.
So now Boston's getting there. Don't get me wrong. Seaport, look at I work in the construction business. Seaport is the fastest like neighborhood ever done in America, and all union made. And honestly, now you have buildings getting constructed under 3 years, 3 to 4 years,
Yeah,
depending
it's
on.
insanely quick.
Yeah,
know?
that's like, I mean, it's, when you think of the size, okay, so I know a lot of people here aren't from Boston. Seaport is not like a small neighborhood. Seaport is massive, massive condo buildings with hundreds of units in them.
Yeah, it was all dumped before. Now it's
Fucking big ass parking lot full of
all,
drug
on,
addicts.
Exactly.
all on the water.
Now it's full of
with
$1 million apartments.
High-end restaurants.
well,
It looks completely different, dude. Everything's lit up like
glass.
It's
you
looks
got
dope.
cinema there, you got gyms, you got condos, you got restaurants. You know, like that's
Stores,
the
and-
thing. Honestly,
you got
our
King's, the
nightclub,
bowling
our
alley.
night life needs to step it up.
Yeah.
We gotta step it up another hour. I think. And honestly, look at this is where we come in. Like I do. That's what my plan is.
You
Hey,
feed those people.
exactly. What does everybody do when they get drunk? They
They
get
go to
hungry.
Taco Bell.
Ooh,
Screw
that
Taco
Chinese.
Bell.
No.
Now we
That
gotta
Chinese-
overtake.
That Chinese
Right.
restaurant on the corner of Chinatown.
Oh yeah, no, they closed it down.
They close it down.
They closed it
They
down?
closed it
Yeah.
They closed it down like a year ago.
How many
2
times
You
years.
order the iced tea and
I'll take a nice. I'll take a cold tea, please.
Yeah,
And they're
cold
like,
tea.
cold tea, and then they're sitting in the back pouring Heineken into a fucking Sprite cup.
I
Hey,
agree. I
sounds-
agree. The nightlife in Boston needs to step it up. But
It's not like Cali.
right now, it's nerfed, obviously because of COVID. But
It needs to come back.
I think
harder
you
and
could
stronger.
change
Well,
it
I
from,
went-
from the sound of it.
I went to New Orleans.
Oh,
and-
but that's-
Nah, that sucks. What are you talking about?
Sucks. Bourbon Street is like I've never seen more strip clubs with their doors wide open next to a bar on one street that never ends with homeless people like doing tricks and people getting drunk and
But that's like the tourist like fucking capital of that state. That's where they send you to.
you can drink until like 5 a.m.
Well, that's all they have. We have so much more than that, but we could also
It's just
have
amazing.
that.
That's all
well,
they can do.
you gotta understand too that
amazing.
Massachusetts it's really old school. Number one, number two, we host. Oh, not host. We actually are home to a lot of millionaires.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they're older.
Yeah.
So, but it fucks up with all us young people. So, like I said, I want to make Boston where, all right, we got to bring more grub food, more places that are fun. Like, I want to bring the
fucking
atmosphere
time.
that you go in there, like, wow, what the hell is that? Like, I want to see, like, what's going on there? And then, oh, shit.
unique. It's you.
Exactly.
You know what I
No,
mean?
but we have that. I think we have that.
A little bit.
Some stuff like if you go to Royale or stuff like that, you're like, oh, what's going on in there? But you can't get in. The lines are long. It's too expensive.
Well, the thing, because so many
doors-
regulations, if it makes it so hard for everybody to
Yeah.
start a business. And honestly, with COVID, obviously hurting a lot of businesses. Like you have all these old school businesses that like are closing. Why? Because they can't keep up.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know we have the 4 seasons. It sucks in the wintertime, but it's like, what are we doing in the wintertime? Make more places to go to, or spread out, or I don't know. Just
Hey, if
think outside
something
the
is
box.
good, if something is good here in Boston, the winter does not mean anything to you.
Exactly.
Because, and I'll tell you this, and you probably might even know about this place because you've been here for a while. Like late night food around here is notoriously difficult to get. After that 2:00 time hits, it's you
Pizza
can get
days.
fucking pizza
Fuck
or
pizza
Chinese
days.
food, right?
Yeah.
But
Fuck
like you were saying, like with that
They
late
suck.
night spot, there's the Brazilian fucking
Ah.
hot dog place.
Yeah.
And
Route
them
16 Parkway Cycle.
bro, and they're good. They're fucking good.
Yeah, we
and
go there all the
delicious.
time.
And the fucking lines in that place.
That's the
are
thing. That's what
unbelievable.
what I want to do because I was looking at places. I don't know if you guys know about King Arthur, the old strip club that was behind.
Yeah. The casino.
Yeah,
Where the
casino is.
99,
Yeah,
yeah.
where all the food warehouses are. Exactly. So I was like, yo, if I put a spot right here, like all those
You'd
Brazilians,
fucking crush.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Because
like
there's no better option. Dude, I'm sick of fucking pizza late night. I don't want a fucking pizza. I want I want to get like good food. I want to get like something like delicious that I never had before, and I'll wait in line for it. In the
Birria
cold,
tacos
too.
at 3 a.m., bro. Like,
exactly
what? That
birria
makes-
tacos al pastor.
And you'd crush. You'd
And like to
fucking
be honest,
crush.
like one of the things I'm working on is like, well, number one, I need a location, more bigger kitchen, is the handmade tortillas because the tortillas you buy here are trash.
Yeah.
I have heard that.
Yeah.
And I've heard
Disgusting.
in other places, even like in a place like Miami that I know has a stronger Hispanic culture. Like when I went to Miami, there was like a lot of taco spots, a lot of taco restaurants bought their tortillas from one other taco restaurant that was also a competing restaurant, but their tortillas were so good that it didn't make sense to not use theirs, and they would sell to all the other restaurants in the city because they couldn't make their own
Just like,
well enough or
like
to get them anywhere
Cinco
else.
de Mayo has become like Cinco
Well,
de
they
Mayo
changed.
itself-
They changed
Recipes did
Recipes,
not-
so it got a little bit worse.
It got a little bit worse.
I mean, they're all right. I mean, I buy something now. I changed my tortilla to another brand, and it's a little bit more expensive, but it's just because it goes better with the tortilla, the flavor, and it grabs onto my color better.
Truly, you know what it's gonna take? It's gonna take you going to this thing, going to I don't know, go back to Guadalajara, really go back to like the
Well,
the
go
rancho
to
and
go to my grandma's house and hey, show me how to do tortillas.
But let's be okay. Grandma's house. Okay, my amparo's like tortillas are different than what they sell at the taco spots. Like when we're passing through Joco and we go to like the little spot, like that little like tortillas, like
Yeah,
the tortilla taco spot, like right at the middle of the night, and they're still open. Go over there, see how they make the
The
tortilla.
only difference is just the size, because obviously my grandma makes regular size tortillas. Actually, they're a little bit
No,
bigger.
they're
They're,
bigger.
they're
They're
bigger.
bigger.
That's the original. But what I'm saying is make little, handmade.
Yeah.
And mass produce. And honestly, look we've been to Taco Numero Uno in New York.
Oh yeah, that's those.
And what does people like? They see the old lady,
Yeah,
making
right there,
tortillas all day, every day. And if you make everything authentic, like look, I grind all my spices by hand, and that separates the flavor.
It does.
From everybody else. Everybody just throws it in the blender.
Yeah.
There's something about a coarser blend that for some reason it infuse like having that texture
With the
makes a
volcano,
world
volcano
difference.
rock, 'cause I do it in the molcajete,
Yeah.
which is volcano rock. So hey, I grind them there, throw them in the blender, with all my other spices, and that's what separates me from everybody. I know that it does.
So one more quick question again, because I don't understand it as much, right? Every single place seems to be able to make their own food, but why is the tortilla so difficult? Why is it so hard to get right?
Time,
Time. It takes a
Really?
lot.
Is it
labor.
that? Does
Time
it take
and
that
labor.
much?
labor.
Dude, there's like over there in Mexico, there's only shops dedicated to making tortillas. It's a fact.
Yeah, so the factories and like that's all they do, and you have people like regulars like just buying a kilo, take it back home, and then it's like going to the market basket buying a pack of tortillas. They buy a kilo for their whole family, and then also you have all these restaurants buying.
Yeah.
So,
So it really is like, is it that important to the taco?
yeah.
More important than
Oh,
what
yeah.
goes inside?
To be honest,
yeah.
look, I'm gonna tell you right now, every place I go, you've probably gone to, and I've gone to here in Boston, the tortilla is their weakness.
It absolutely is. Dude.
And like number one is
I
like
believe
they-
it's car tortilla, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you for translating for me.
honestly, it's like just because I'm Mexican, it's like they throw it on the griddle or whatever how they heat them up, and honestly, it's like 2 seconds and they take it out, and then by the time they plate it, by the time they get it to the server takes it to your table. It's cold, so it's like
It's it's
it's
It's lost the appeal.
exactly
what makes it good.
because they just want to have that picture.
Yeah.
Like I've been to so many places where like the atmosphere is amazing. Like Loco is one of them, which is the atmosphere is amazing. They have good drinks. They have the oysters. They have the raw bar. So it's number one. There you go. Another thing that's a plus. But then it's like the tacos. The food is great, but the tortilla takes it away.
Yeah.
So then it's like the first time I went, I was like, "What the fuck am I eating? Am I eating like raw tortillas?"
But
like
it feels because it gets cold. It feels like they don't even throw it on the fucking
and like okay, even for me, I guess if I open a restaurant, I'll try to work on that. But it's like the whole point of tacos is to be street food. It's the idea of tacos is you line up and you wait for it, and you have everybody doing it right there in front of you,
Yeah, and the thing is like
and you eat it. You eat it standing up.
It feels
you don't
like-
eat it like you don't go to a table. You eat it standing up.
it feels like every time that I go to Mexico out there, they do it quick. Here they take their time. I don't know, like the time.
Well, it's also
the
the
time
the
difference
thing
is-
is also it's the economy, because over here you got the labor laws and everything. You need to have minimum wage. So it's like how much you selling a taco for. Sometimes people complain about prices, but there's like you got to pay rent. Boston ain't cheap.
Boston ain't cheap.
Number two is like how many employees do you have? So you got to have all that cost covered.
Right.
you
It
know?
just sucks. I mean, I'm not saying about the. If you make some good ass tacos, I'll pay $5 a taco. If you make some good,
So I
fucking
already have
memorable
people
tacos.
that I've been seeing that competition, and they always their price a little bit higher than mine. And I'm like, how are you even selling that at $5? Like my taco is $4. The birria taco,
Yeah,
it's a specialty taco. So a lot of people don't understand how much labor goes into a birria.
sure they don't.
And like sometimes I'm like with no sleep all day, prepping everything, cutting onions, everything by myself. 'Cause I'm a one man show sometimes. My wife sometimes tired. We got kids.
Yeah.
So and then my mother-in-law, she hey, go to sleep, don't worry about it, I'll stay up. It's all about grinding it out. And then my how you call it, my payout is not even the money. It's seeing people share it and be like, yo, hands down, this is the best taco I ever tried.
That's a great reward, man.
I think this is a good segue because we're running out of time here on our show. But since we're on the topic of birria tacos and just how fucking excellent they are and how much work goes into making them, how would our Boston listeners like to win a free 12-pack of these birria tacos handmade by El Barbon himself, delivered to your door? I think that sounds good, guys, right?
Yeah,
amazing.
sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
I'll take it.
How do
Yeah.
I apply?
I'd
I
enter.
want it.
Well, you're not eligible, unfortunately. However,
Haha.
if you live anywhere in the Boston area, you could get a pair, a dozen, a whole
dozen.
12 of them delivered to your door.
6 pairs.
And what do we got to do, guys? All you got to do is head over to our Instagram page, to El Barbon's Instagram page. There'll be a post. There'll be details on how to do it. And follow the instructions. Enter to win. We will pick a random winner at the end of the week. We will notify you via Instagram through a direct message. All you got to do is give us the address and we will deliver the tacos straight to you.
Chris himself
Chris
will
himself.
come to your door.
In his
Yes.
dope ass Honda Civic
You-
Lamborghini.
You would hear me coming from 10 miles away. I shit you not.
10 miles away, you're gonna hear. What the fuck's going on, bro? Like,
And-
yo.
So by next Sunday,
By next Sunday, the competition will be closed. We'll announce the winner on Monday. And I can't stress this enough. And only because I've seen it so much on social media. It's not an easy taco to make. It's not your average taco.
No, it's not.
There's a lot that fucking goes
Time.
into making
It's
this
a lot
shit.
of time.
Yeah. You guys need to try this, and you guys want to try this. Go on, enter. It costs you nothing, and we will bring it to you. We will bring the tacos to you, a full 12-pack of these, and they are not cheap either. And you win them for free. You'll get them straight to your door.
By 6 dudes.
By the fucking big beard
6 dudes.
himself, El Barbon, Ramon, making the birria tacos, and they're fucking excellent. All right, everybody?
Make sure y'all enter.
Make sure you enter. Or otherwise, Chris will come to your house, and Chris, what are you going to do if they don't
enter for them.
I'm gonna do something. I don't know what.
All right.
Chicken nuggets.
I know that might not have seemed intimidating,
Force
but
feed.
something for Chris could mean a lot of shit. So,
Yeah.
and make sure you
I'm
guys
just scared as fuck right now.
Like, eat your nuggets.
enter. All right,
Oh, I'll eat you.
everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Atwood Bar Podcast. Thank you very much to our special guest,
Yeah.
El Barbon Ramon, for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll see you all next week. Thank you again.
Chris's delivery service.
Peace.